Hey, collective, it's Anne Marie. I hope all of you are doing well. I'm so sad that I had to record this again because there was a beautiful monarch butterfly when I was having this conversation with you, the collective, that was flying around me, and it was magical, but the phone froze, and so we're starting the video over. Anyway, excuse the background noise. So last Friday, this is me being honest. This is what I've been experiencing recently, right? And so I'm just going to share it because, through me sharing my experiences, maybe it might give you a little ping in your brain to look at something in your life or to just give yourself some more grace because you're amazing. So, and this is going to get on my nerves, my little baby hairs here. Last Friday, I was all amped up. I was about to go out of town. I told it in one of my videos. I was getting ready to go out of town, get my oil change, realized two of my tires, they weren't looking too good, right? And I was like, well, now that I know that, I'm more concerned about going out of town because, I'm fucked. If something happens to me out of town, it's just me, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I got spare tires and all that, but anyway. So I didn't go. And the first lesson, because there's a couple of them here for me, momentarily for that Friday, I was all in my head, how am I going to pay for these fucking tires? I still have a little bit of the loan left that I got my furniture because I moved to my place. I didn't have anything. So I got a kitchen table, a nice recliner, and I got my egg chair, right? And if you paid off within so many months, no interest, right? And I'm getting close, right? And I'm almost there. And so I didn't want to finance 2 tires, because it's like $300, but I didn't, I really didn't have that. I mean, I had it in my savings, but I keep my savings for emergencies, but I guess this is an emergency. But I like to keep some money in there, right? It's dwindling down since I moved because my expenses are a lot more. But anyway, and so I had to stop myself, again, with the negative thinking. I was like, Anne Marie, Spirit always provides for you. And so I did a money candle, and when I talk about meditation, I went hard in the paint Friday and Saturday. I went hard in the paint, right? About what I needed from Spirit. I should have asked for more. So I'll be damned, my old landlord, who I've been trying to fight with since I moved in June, hasn't paid me my deposit. And because I couldn't confirm the whole deposit I gave her, which I know how much it was, but I got most of it back, right? It was just enough to get my tires and to make a big chunk, payment on the rest of my furniture. I still only owe maybe $400, but I was able to throw quite a bit with this deposit at that. So I got that down. So it all worked out in my favor, as always. It always works out the way it's supposed to. And so it was a lesson to me, remember, even the day you thought you were going to sleep in your car in your friend Solomon's alleyway, your friend called and you found a place to stay for a couple months. This was, about a year or two ago. So things always work out. So recently, we had the full moon, we had the eclipse. Yesterday was 999 Porter, bitch. It's been crazy. And yesterday was my father's 999, 99. It's my father's birthday, heaven, and was real birthday. But anyway, and so we had that, right? And then I got a call yesterday from my ex-fiance. I was engaged when I was in college. Longest relationship I ever had. He was a mad genius that never got out of his trauma, never got out of the dark spaces he was in, unfortunately. But he passed away. And he passed away on the 3rd, but she just found out. So she reached out to me, which I'm grateful for, to tell me. And that kind of it didn't throw me through a loop, but we never made amends. When I got clean, I tried to reach out to him, and he just wasn't having it. He was so angry at me. And so, so all of those things were going on, right? Well, also, there's a place here in Columbus called the Human Service Chamber, or I feel bad that I can't remember. Human Service Chamber, Franklin County, or Chamber, something. And they have a section in there. Don't worry, because I'll post it. It's a section called One Voice, where they interview and follow someone from the community that's working for a non-for-profit and highlights the work that they do, as well as giving a human interest story about their life. Well, they did this interview quite a few months ago before I started this new job, and I didn't hear from her, so I thought, well, maybe they weren't really interested in my magical self. I mean, hard to believe, but just kidding. Maybe they decided not. But she reached out to me. They had some other major things that were going on, so they didn't do the stories. But she wanted to do it. And so she sent me the story, and I was uncomfortable with parts of it. I was uncomfortable with the specifics that she put for my drug use, because I felt like that's what was being highlighted, even though my addiction was only not even a small fraction of my life, a couple years, right? A few years. And I've done so many amazing things in the community and in my life, and my spirituality was a big piece of that, because I show up who I am. I'm not denying who I am. I'm not denying I'm psychic. I'm not denying I got these dope-ass gifts. I'm not trying to be funny, and nor should you ever deny it either, right? We uplift each other. So I didn't like it, and I noticed I didn't feel, and that when she sent it to me over the weekend, it was why all this stuff was going on, you know. And I also felt them fucking whack-ass hoes doing magic on me. I felt, man, I tell you, I told you they'd be doing shit in the moon cycles, and they trying to do all kinds of fuck shit. Didn't work, bitch. I'm still here. You can go back to your little covenant and go rework your magic, because it's not working. And so I felt that as well. And so when I was reading the story, for some reason I didn't feel comfortable speaking up about those areas. Monday rolls around. They tagged my current job in it, because, you know, I work for it's a small non-for-profit in a big fucking organization, right? A big fucking place. And so there's all kinds of I's to dot and T's to cross. You can't just, you know, be published somewhere, you know, because you're representing not just my non-for-profit, but the hospital as a whole. And so she was like, tell me about it. I said, yeah, I really didn't feel comfortable with parts of it. And she said, you know what, I don't think they're showing you in a good light. I don't, you know. And so she's picking out pieces. I said, yeah, I agree. She said, do you mind if I reach out to her, because I want her to untag us in this. I want them, you know, if you're okay with that, I want them to pull the story. Maybe we can rewrite it. And I said, I agree with that. And so I was in my head all night, Monday night, going through like, why didn't I speak up? This has been a cycle that I have been out of for many years. I am so good at advocating for other people. I am good at advocating for myself. I'm good at speaking my truth when it comes to family, friends, these bitch ass, fake ass, false prophets, all these, you know, these people who try to hurt other people. Just say that. I'm really good at using my voice, right? And through the years, it's gotten stronger and stronger. It's been a process, right? So why, professional setting, did I not? And so I was ruminating all night Monday night about this, all night, just like I was trying to ruminate about not having the money for the tires. I had to tell myself, Ambery, everything works. You will be, don't worry about it, right? And so, you know, she retracted the story, and we, you know, it's amazing now. It's amazing. It really highlights, you know, the amazing parts of my journey, and me as a social worker, and me in the community, and me as a psychic, and my gifts and all that stuff. So, but that's not the point of this. You know, it's amazing because the non-for-profit I work for, everybody's amazing. Besides the open shelter and the coalition, those jobs I had, every social work job I had has been toxic. Not the people I work for, like the boss, like the clients or the guests I serve, but always the bosses and your coworkers. Talk about, so toxic. The worst, I swear, I think social work has the most toxic work environment. But anyway, surprising, right? And so it's different to have a supervisor show up for you and advocate for you and like want to be by your side. And I had an amazing 90-day review today. And so we were able to rework this, but I had to think about like, what is it that I'm trying to pull me back, because it's multifaceted. It was the spell work and binding work trying to take me back to old timelines, to me to doubt myself, to get the imposter syndrome, to not believe in myself, to not believe in my word and my walk and my path and all that. But also it was old cycles challenging me. Like, okay, you speak up for yourself and speak up for others in all areas of your life. Professionally, this has been challenged because when you have spoke up for yourself and to speak up for clients, and your agencies, pretty much shit on you and didn't care about the clients, it put you in a place where you didn't speak up. And now those tables have turned. And I'm almost out of time, so I'm rushing the end, and I apologize. So I really had to push through that because, especially with these moon cycles and the eclipse and all that, it really was to give us a chance to look at the stuff that we needed to release. What are the other things? And the main thing I need to release it wasn't even a fear, but actually speaking up professionally, because I know what the fuck I'm doing, right? And so I just wanted to share that with all of you. I've not been in hiding, but I've just been working through my own shit and resting and all that. So I hope all of you have had a great 9-9 Porter. I hope you're healthy and happy.